Okay, so hello everybody, Mr. Ross here, and this is the beginning player's guide to learning how to play chess. First thing that we're going to talk about is the chessboard. As you can see, it's going to alternate between a dark square color and a light square color. Every one of these pieces on the board has their own name. This is a pawn. This is a rook, also known as a castle. This is a knight, or sometimes called a horse. This is a bishop. This is the queen. And this is the king. The board consists of 8 pawns, all on the second rank. You can see the number here, number 1 for the first rank, number 2 for the second rank, number 3 for the third rank, all the way up to the 8th rank. Ranks are horizontal lines that go across the chessboard. The up and down lines, or the vertical lines, this is called a file. The files are numbered with a letter A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. So ranks go 1 through 8, and the files are A through H. This is called notation. Whenever a piece moves on the board, for example, if we move the pawn to this square, this is E4. Now notation is used a little bit later on when you learn more about chess, and if you ever go to a tournament and with actual people, the computer does it for you. They'll notate for you, but when you go to an actual tournament, you'll have to notate yourself. But that's a little bit advanced. Let's go back to the very basics here. As a refresher, these are pawns. That is a castle or a rook. This is a knight, also called a horse. This is a bishop. Here's your queen, and there's your king. You start the game off with 8 pawns on the second rank. 2 rooks, 2 knights, 2 bishops, only 1 queen, and only 1 king. So a recap, this is the chessboard, dark square, light square. Now if you're setting up a chessboard and you don't have any of these numbers and letters, it doesn't really matter. The only thing that you want to keep in mind is that on the right square, where your right hand and your right square, it's going to be a light color. And the left hand, the left square, will be a dark color. It'll go dark, light, and repeat the pattern. Doesn't matter if you turn the board, when you put the pieces up, you're going to put the rook on the light square. So we set up the pieces just like this. All the pawns go on the second rank. The light square queen will go on the light square. And then the king will go right next to the queen. So you want to make sure that your pieces are set up correctly before you begin a game. And remember, you don't have to note or annotate your game. The computer does it for you. But if you get into the habit of using chess annotation, it can be used, number 1, to record your games, number 2, to go and look at anybody else's game, a famous game, or if there's some type of issue and you're not quite sure what's happened, you can always go back and look at the game when you wrote, as you have written down your notation, and it'll tell you what's happened. If there's any type of confusion or anything that needs tournament director to look at. Alright, and that was really quickly the pieces, the board, and everything with it. The last thing we'll talk about is that vertically, this is vertical on the chessboard, and that's horizontal on the chessboard. And that has been your introduction into the name of the pieces and the chessboard itself.